Yeah, thank y'all for picking up my call. GloRilla is taking it over, girl. Is it me or does it seem like GloRilla was the underdog and she's the one now winning? You can't count her out quite yet now. And if I had to be completely honest, it feels like GloRilla's album might be the best album of the year when it comes to female rap albums. GloRilla is definitely feeling glorious with that top 10 placement on the Billboard Top 200. Is GloRilla the actual new rap girl supreme that we didn't see coming? Well, let's have a conversation about it because this is Woo Chow. Woo Chow. Woo Chow, when I tell you, I'm so excited to talk about this because I have been listening to this album non-stop. Wow. Here's the thing, right? So if you don't know, first of all, I've done a whole review and sit-down smoke session with this album on the Tired Ass Patreon. If you want to go watch it, you can click the first link in the description below, of course, and come be a part of the Tired Ass Patreon family because they get everything first and they get everything exclusively. This glorious album, I'm not gonna hold you. I did not expect to love it like this. And if I had to be completely honest, I did not expect to love GloRilla this much. Can we really talk? I have to be completely honest, and I gotta be completely real with y'all, okay? I thought GloRilla was gonna be kind of gone by now. Yeah, and I ain't gonna hold you. I thought GloRilla was gonna be a one-hit wonder as well. I really did. I did, and I am gagged, honey. Because when F&F came out, I said, oh, this is a cute little club banger. And may I mind you, this was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago, babes. And I'm trying to figure out 2022 was when this girl popped out. And in 2 years, she has become this mainstream rap girl, but not just like this rap girl that's like, oh, she's around. Because unfortunately, it seems like a lot of female hip hop artists are becoming just around. And that's interesting. Talent in the music industry is starting to break through because in a world where the Ice Spices were winning, okay, I think we need to give it up to Ice Spice for this. I'm not trying to whack Ice Spice right now, and I know she probably like, girl, don't talk about me no more. But let me tell you something. I do have to thank Ice Spice for this renaissance or this change, this shift that's happening in the industry. As someone that did not think GloRilla's career would not make it past F&F or even after Tomorrow with Cardi B, which was also 2 years ago. But I should have seen the writing on the wall when this bitch was just pumping out bops after bop after bop after bop. She was holding down the club bangers, and she made, it didn't matter who you was, a straight man, straight woman, they, them, it doesn't matter what you got going on, girl. You live for GloRilla Bop. Do you understand how hard it is as a female rapper from Memphis, okay, to transcend across multiple demos? Girl. And actually not just transcend and have popular moments, but people actually are rooting for you in different demographics. And why I bring up Ice Spice in this is because I feel like people got sick of the mediocrity and people got sick of praising mediocrity. And I think all the things that Ice Spice was going through and pretty much exposing how the industry will uplift if you just pretty, got a nice body, and you got an audience that will pay for that. And I feel like Ice Spice's career was so blatantly manufactured, hate to say it, but real tea, that people were looking for real. We want to feel like that we chose somebody and we love this person. We actually identify with their music and actually can relate to what they're talking about. And they actually talking about something. Let's start there. Okay? And let me also be very honest here with this, right? I did think after the F&F came out and the Tomorrows, I really did think that that was her sound. I thought that would be all she'd be able to do is make a cute little club bop and call it a day. We'll go to GloRilla when we want to feel like tough bitches or, we don't really care about these. We single outside having drinks with our girls and, let's go. Very almost like the female version of DaBaby. Just without the problematicness of it all. I thought that was going to be her tea, but she said, oh, baby, no, I'm an artist. I'm a rapper. What you won't do is put me in a box. I honestly feel like GloRilla has leveraged a lot of things and she's in the right predicaments that she needs to be in to get where she needs to be. And I live for this because you went from opening for Megan Thee Stallion to low-key outselling Megan Thee Stallion. Let's talk about it. Ooh, child. Now, this ain't about to be no call about versus who and who gonna do what, because I saw the girls on the internet trying to make a beef, some type of drama conflama with Megan Thee Stallion and Glow. And I said, don't do that. Those girls actually love each other, I feel. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. I think those girls really do have a bond that's not just a music industry, buddy-o pal, situation. I think they actually love each other. They actually care about each other's well-being. So let's go into the album really quick, right? The intro of this album, fab. Could have been longer, but I love how, no shade, since 2018, Cardi B, the get 'em up 10, that vibe has just been carried since 2018 for me, since Cardi. And now I know other female rappers have also done an intro and a rap intro type thing. But to me, it seems like since Cardi's, Invasion of Privacy, that intro is very important for female rappers to kind of nail it and to kind of set the tone for what's to come. Hold On is a beautiful single. Procedure with Lotto, I thought was not a bop bop for real, but baby, when I say this is a bop bop, and it's not even the best lyrical context in the world. And that's the thing about GloRilla, right? Let me preface this album by saying, when I say this is the best album, female rap album, I'm not saying lyrically, okay? Because there's some other female albums that came out this year. Doja, even though it's not an album, but it is in a project, right? A mixtape, right? Lyrically, to me, Doja shitted on everybody this year. That's just me. Lyrical context, when it comes to rapping and actually delivering punchlines, delivering metaphors, delivering storytelling, Doja was the one that took it home. However, right? GloRilla's a hit maker. Walk with me, talk with me, okay? Grab my goddamn hand. Procedure is a hit. May I mind you, if you look at the track listing of this album, right? We go to intro. Right off the bat, you heard me. You see what happened when I'm talking about GloRilla for too long? Right off the bat, I feel it. The energy is there. GloRilla has a very infectious energy, bitch. Because what is happening to me? I feel like when they try to clock my girl, Camila, for code switching, girl, I feel like I'm talking to the hood girls. Oh, girl. Listen, you got Hold On right off the intro. Then you go into the new bop, the new hit, Procedure with Lotto. Then right after that, you go into the song that everybody loves right now, TGIF. Okay, bitch, so you not letting your foot off the gas. And then right after that, you got off to the new bop, that is the new lead single, What You Know About Me. Which would have been sickening, no shade, if she did a Little Mama sample in there somewhere. Even though I know it is a Boosie sample, which it eats. The Boosie sample definitely eats. But a lip gloss sample would have been quite interesting. I don't know. That's just me, though. I don't know why I felt like that. I just felt like a lip gloss sample should have been in there somewhere. Stop Playing. Hold on. My first listen to Stop Playing, I didn't understand how really autobiographical Stop Playing is. And it's almost a record that I think I even needed, or if anybody's out there that is a creative or doubts their abilities, Stop Playing is a record you need to get into. Woo! Come on! She said something. Hey, stop playing with that girl. You gotta tell that bitch, say, stop playing with that girl. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. I'm sickening in here. But in the sense of also what this album and what some of these songs like Stop Playing and I Ain't Going and Step and Let Her Cook and Queen of Memphis. Queen of Memphis is probably my favorite record. It's a really, really good record. It's a really good closer. The production on this album, I did not expect. I thought we were going to get club, rowdy rough, fighting in the club, stilettos, pumps in the club type bangers the entire time, which I'm not mad at. No shade. I'm not mad at that formula if that was going to be the case. But the fact that we got versatility in the production where some of the songs could be pop songs. Want to start there? You want to talk about that? Where some of the songs, right? Some of the songs could be pop records if she has somebody singing on it. Let's talk about Don't Deserve with Money Long. Fab. Once again, didn't think it would work, didn't know what to expect because my fault, and I will admittedly say, I put GloRilla in a box. And that was not fair to her because I thought she was only a one-way artist. And it's interesting because when I watched her perform, and I'm seeing her on the award shows and see how much effort she puts into the award shows when it comes to choreography, effects, and the intentions when she performs on these award shows, I said, wait a minute, I may need to pay attention to you a little more, girl. You're not up here just like performing just because you got paid to do so. No, you want to put on a show. You want to actually put on a show. Not because your label or your team said, GloRilla, we need you to do this. It seems like GloRilla, to me, I think the reason why this is working and why this album is really good is you want to do this. Because may I mind you, right? It's a really good song about domestic violence that is not preachy. It's realistic. It's relatable. I have a friend like this. I have girls. I have people in my life where you have called and said, bitch, that man don't deserve you. You can do better than that. We've all been through it a little bit, maybe. If you've been dating, or you maybe have friends or people in your life that have been dating and you have to tell them, bitch, you could do better than this. You don't deserve to be mistreated. To then go to that, to rain down on me with Kirk Franklin in the Maverick City. And I thought it was going to be gimmicky. I did. I thought the rain down on me. I thought the Kirk Franklin record was going to be gimmicky. I said, I cringed. I ain't going to hold you. I cringed when they announced this record. I saw the backlash from the Christian community. They tried to say Kiara Sheard and Kirk Franklin and the Maverick City Choir, honey, y'all are making that secular music. Y'all selling y'all souls to the devil. And I said, but they're spreading the word of God. And they're literally doing it through secular music, which secular music and Christianity, and that's a whole nother conversation, which I would love to have. I feel like Kirk Franklin and Kiara and the Maverick City Choir, y'all did exactly what y'all needed to do. That record is beautiful. It's not just this secular song on a rap girl's album. And also, I want to give tens to GloRilla as a musician. You heard me right. Though I was upset that I felt as though like the flow needed to change throughout the album. Because I was like, how you gonna get on this Christian song and still sound like it's 7 p.m. fry? So, I do have my gripes with this album in the sense of that. But like, as a musician as well, to be able to tailor your flow, your words to this record and also accompany this record without losing yourself, without trying to make yourself into, this box to fit this Christian mold. You said, I am a Christian. I love God. I love Jesus, but I'm going to praise him the way I was blessed to do so, the gift that he gave me, and period. And I feel like as Christians out there that try to like tear these artists down and GloRilla down by making this record, you should be a little ashamed of yourself, because the point of loving God is spreading his love and spreading his word. If she's doing that, what's the problem? I remember back in the day, I was maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, but I remember it clear as day because I had the album. I don't know if you know, Destiny's Child released a record. It was a remix album of, I think it was Writing on the Wall. And at the end of that record, Michelle had a song called I Heard a Word. And I had the physical album. I don't know if it was on the streaming version of it, but on the physical album, Heard a Word was at the end of this remix album of Destiny's Child. Michelle, in general, used to get ate up so much because she was in this circular music group called Destiny's Child and singing about Cater to You and Lose My Breath. But at the same time, she was also a gospel artist. And I remember she could not get a break, and people used to try to make her choose between being a secular artist and or being a gospel artist. And I was like, that's so stupid. Why can't you praise God and love to windy waist? Why can't you praise God and be able to shake that ass if you want to? Now, to me, my favorite song on this glorious album is the song with How I Look with Megan Thee Stallion. Because can we talk about Megan Thee Stallion's verse? Can we please bring up Megan Thee Stallion on this? Ooh, child. the fact that Glorious is selling as much as the Megan album. I think Glorious is predicted to do 60K first week, debut between number 3 and number 5, which Megan debuted at number 3. So if Glorious debuts at number 3 as well, and I opened for Megan, that means, in my opinion, there's no competition there. Even though I know it'll be messy for the tabloids, messy for the headlines. It's, oh my God, But what's the real tea is, it lets me know that GloRilla and her team are doing exactly what she was supposed to do with opening for Megan Thee Stallion and becoming close in cahoots with Megan Thee Stallion. Not saying that she was using Megan Thee Stallion. Not saying that that's what the purpose was, but let's just be business women here. Let's put our business bras on, okay? Because here's the thing, right? That's the smartest shit. Because the thing is, when you're opening for a big artist, you want to grab their audience. You want to broaden your demographic and broaden your discovery for your artistry and for your music, right? That's the point. That's really the biggest point of opening for a big artist. And it lets me know that pairing was beautiful. And as much as I thought it was odd at first, I was like, why would they be together? But it made more sense as the tour went along, right? But like now it's like, oh, this makes the best sense. And it worked because now the opening act of that tour, right, is now selling as much, if not more, than the lead artist. That was the point. You ate that. Now, like I said, let's bring up Megan Thee Stallion's verse on How I Look. One of the best verses Megan Thee Stallion has had this year. Let's talk about it. I said what I said. And you can fight me in the comments if you would like, but I said what I said. This is the Megan Thee Stallion that we've been looking for. And now, here's the thing, right? I wanted to call y'all about Megan Thee Stallion being in our faces a lot, right? Which I'm going to wait until the documentary, until her deluxe comes out to talk about all that. But I think Roc Nation's doing a beautiful job of helping Megan Thee Stallion's career. No shade. It could be forced, but like at the same breath, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. The percentage, whatever cut that they're getting as a management team that Megan got to pay out, they deserve that cut. No shade. Let's talk about it. But also on How I Look, that Megan Thee Stallion cadence and that style, that confidence is what I think I was looking for, and maybe you too was looking for on the Megan album, right? Because if I had to be honest, right, I hate to be this girl, but I gotta be that girl. I'm gonna be the one to talk about it. They're gonna scold me anyway, girl, so I might as well say what I gotta say. The fact that the Megan album came out this year, right? And it's not memorable. It's not a memorable album. Besides the Mama Moochies, the record with Victoria Monet, We Both Ain't Ish, maybe. I see, they tried to make that a single and try to make that hit on TikTok and things like that, but it didn't hit. And it got me to thinking more and more about like the fact that the gap between GloRilla and Megan Thee Stallion is kind of closing in the sense of her solo songs, like Yeah Glow, is bigger than Wannabe, and TGIF is about to hit 100 million streams as well. It got me to thinking, does GloRilla just make better music? Uh-oh. Because I'm not going to hold you, Megan's album, the Megan album, did not stand out to me like GloRilla's album, because GloRilla's album to me is taking chances. It's taking risk. It's in her wheelhouse, but yet it's exploring different wheelhouses that can also be in her universe. Does that make sense? Where it seems like GloRilla maybe got something that's working here. Because no shade, the brand of Megan Thee Stallion sells maybe better than GloRilla's brand as like a universal brand. And I think the Megan album for Megan was a more universal push for Megan, because like she made the single with the baby from BTS that Never Gonna Play or Never Play or whatever, which was like, oh, okay. But I see that her goal is to become more international. And I think that it sacrificed, though, the quality of the album. That's just me. Then you have GloRilla, who made an album that is literally targeted to her demographic, but showing her demographic and showing her audience that she has grown as an artist, and that this is what a debut album sounds like. Because the mixtape before this, that has the song where Megan Thee Stallion would want to be and everything, is a good mixtape. Damn near could have been the debut album. Can we talk about it? But Glorious, as I had to go back, because my first initial listen, I was like, I loved some songs, but I was like, I don't know. Now that I've gone back, Like Glow's Prayer, still not my favorite. Ain't Going, amazing. Step, really one of my favorites. Step is really one of my favorites. I love her with T-Pain. That should be a single, no shade. Between that and the Lotto song should be singles. And the Queen of Memphis. Queen of Memphis is musically one of the best on the album. No shade. If my bitch gets this top 3 placement, it's deserved. It's deserved. It really is deserved. And I honestly feel like I see GloRilla maybe going on her own tour after this. Oh, okay. Sexy Red with GloRilla, Bossman D-Lo, T Grizzly, Rob 49. Okay, so it's a compilation type thing. I was about to say, she doing arenas already? That's kind of crazy. I'm not saying she can't, but like, yikes, that'd be wild. So I say all this to say, GloRilla's album surprised me. It really did. It really, truly did. And I have to say, she deserves all the praise she's getting right now because in my mind, I mean, bring up JT. I didn't mean to do this, but I guess I need to do it. Because JT was the biggest op, right? JT was the one that was saying she needs to, GloRilla's never going to work because of the accent and like you need to become more of a brand. You need to become a fashion girl. You look a mess, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. GloRilla said, oh, clock that T. Got you, babes. I'll be right back. You stay right there. I'll be right back. JT not even in this conversation. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about how JT did drop this year? And I couldn't tell you, in my mind, the female albums that dropped was Doechii, Lotto, Megan, GloRilla. I think Flo Milli dropped this year as well. We got Ice Spice, which that album, did that even really count? Like, did Ice Spice album really count? And then JT's little mixtape came out this year as well. But can we talk about how, I mean, like, she went on tour and everything, but JT's out the conversation for me with female hip hop. I hate to say it. And I love JT. I love her. Love her as a person. Really, truly do. Really, truly do. I don't know her. We never met or anything like that. But just as an entity of a personality, I do like her. I don't know, though, if I should say she's in the conversation of female hip hop right now. Because you talked all that shit on GloRilla, but GloRilla has been delivering product after product and bop after bop and keeping up very, very well and making her own little lane. And I don't know what JT is doing right now. I'm going to wait to speak more on JT because I think after the City Cinderella thing, hopefully something comes about. Hopefully the next project and the next song or the next something gets us excited. Same thing with Megan 2, though. The Megan Part 2 or Act 2. Hopefully this makes us excited, you know, because I want to be excited by these female rappers. Because Mama Mushi is gone, now mind you. Well, that still out. What is up with that with Megan Thee Stallion, though? Because commercially, right? Megan Thee Stallion is the biggest artist out of all these girls. Let's talk about it. Commercially, Megan is that girl. But like, music-wise, the reason why she's even on this conversation, because, you know, she's a musician as well, she's a rapper as well. Music-wise, Megan's music doesn't stick like a GloRilla. But GloRilla isn't as commercial as Megan Thee Stallion. Granted, Megan Thee Stallion has more years on GloRilla's career, so let's give GloRilla some time. People are going to be singing Yeah Glow next year as well. I feel like people are going to be singing songs off this new album next year as well. And Megan's released really good music this past year, but like, besides Hiss, and we all know why Hiss did what Hiss did, and you hotties can be as mad as you want, but we know why it did what it did. It seems like GloRilla's songs are hitting and sticking like the Cardi B's and the Nicki's when they drop. No shade. Like, it hits. Like, it ain't like a little TikTok trend for now. It's like, oh no, this is a bop. But what is that about? Because I'm not saying that GloRilla is a better musician or rapper than Megan. I think Megan may be a better rapper than GloRilla. This is a conversation. I want to know what y'all got to say. Because it's not no versus thing. I'm not trying to make this a beef thing. You know what I mean? Like, both women, I'm happy like they're winning and things like that. I think that I love that. We have this renaissance of country women like Lotto, Megan, GloRilla, JT. You know, these women are dominating the female hip hop space, Flo Milli, where all the Southern girls are taking it. Okay? So like, this is a time in history that we need to low-key appreciate. But now that we here though, you know, now that we got things to pick through, now that we have options, because you have to remember, as a time of female hip hop, it was only Nicki Minaj, it was only Lil' Kim, it was only Eve, and they only, you know, they had their time, you know? Now we got a time, we got multiple girls that we can pick through. We got Mana Leo that I need to get into. I think like Mana Leo should be in this conversation as well. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I think young Baby Tate should be in this goddamn conversation for sure. Baby Tate is another Baby Tate, oof, wow. May I mind you, the Scarlet 2 Claude, that's one deluxe. I've been banging, no shade. Miss Scarlet 2 is really that girl. Scarlet 2 is really that girl. Ooh, cause Urge, Okay Loser, Mask. Ooh, Acknowledge Me. Ooh, I'm sorry, Scarlet 2. Okay, my new list for female rappers this year for their projects. Number 1 for me is Doechii still. Just because Alligator Bites Don't Heal is just really good. I keep going back to it. Doja for Scarlet 2. GloRilla for Glorious. Lotto for Sugar Honey Iced Tea. We could put Megan's album on there because Cobra and Hiss were moments. And I do like talking all that womp, 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 womp. Just because that song, the sample was one of my favorite Gwen Stefani songs. So I'll put that. But that's my list for this year so far. But I have to say, like I said in the beginning, I didn't think GloRilla would be on this list at all, girl. No shade. And GloRilla has really surprised me. And I love this for her. I'm pretty proud. I'm really, really proud. And I really am enjoying this album. All right, Titus Army, I wasn't trying to keep y'all here that long, but you know when we get to talking, we get to talking. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Like, is GloRilla making better music than the Megan Thee Stallions? Because like I said, to me, Megan Thee Stallion is probably the most commercial female hip-hop artist, besides Doja. But that music ain't sticking. The music ain't sticking like GloRilla's music. What's that about? What's the tea there? Keep it respectful, of course, because we love Megan Thee Stallion in this household. And I am excited for Megan Thee Stallion, you know, Megan Act 2, Part 2. Even though I hate that cover. That cover is god-awful. I'm ready to go. I'm seated. I'm ready to go. But I hope something sticks from that. She needs another Savage. You know, like, she needs, like, a thought shit. Like, she needs a record. You know what I mean? Another Hiss, even, without the Nicki Minaj drama. Though, okay? And Miss GloRilla, I can't wait to see what you do with Miss Glorious, girl. You got the rest of this year and the rest of next year to have this album, girl. So I can't wait to see what you do with it. All right, Titus Army. I love y'all picking up my call as always. And I will call y'all back real soon. Bye, Army.